okayfm 101.7.
Na yenkwa na yeni enkomai yewura andi kankam eye editor edima informer de ubo ekrata na yene no entwetwe enkomo na afi yemra ensem ahodo eso na yeni Andy memo wache
Kwame mejosu meja adifo nyina
je na boko de
Kwame obo ade adaroma hunam ye aka ni aka
ebe yi wate achia na mu esna bebu nyina de na maba wo nchen a Professor Kwame na Ahwoi is a can local government aspects ye one wo Ghana ha eja yentimi nka enyini nso emfim na wakotwiro ni buku no kura afena ye be lanchie na no yese utrinwa so wo buku no ho na day this time around and na odi be lanchi buku no se ni na ache wani abre prosa Kwame na Ahwoi pa so na dai wo bi twiro ni buku a wo bi su trinwi so wo ho sen
Kwame medase any diemu machete
because ufa the bokrata no on front page what say fallouts from hurriedly organized and obviously disingenuous book launch attempts to demonize Rawlings Voltaire dangerous aberration Agbedapi warns Kwame na Ahwoi neze yewura dan Agbedapi kane a Greek minister na wakofa na seminary ababatum adai die na ekoso
Kwame medase say okay the front page or the banner headline of the informer no the attribution is to Yura Danabudakwe. Listen, and yes me na makofa asemaba obi achro ni book and you name Professor Ahwoi is stature when it comes to academia. My own lecturer and professor at Shemadia, and when he's in class, the dexterity, Nina say for Omasa, you love it. But a book of culture, a new na basem. Book of culture, na let me say he made references to in Krofua Kukumdambia, no money former Chairman Rawlings, Juma from Revolution down to NDC 1, NDC 2. And no na Yura Danabudakwi, a proud son of Volta, the chairman of the Council of Elders of the Volta region, about listen, some references, attributions made to me, and indeed, having gone through the books, let me say, your work is full of factual inaccuracies. And discrepancies. And what issue statement to that effect?
Why say is full of factual inaccuracies?
Oh, you rather than Abu Dhabi.
Now, when you be a kind idea.
So, if you read the statement is in the informer.
Yeah,
I introduced his statement for the avoidance of doubt. Kwame, baby, I drew on my history. Ghana is over 62 years and yes. As I say, yama no kredie. I could draw a yejuma. Sabeya amagana. Enkoso enko ekwasumu. Kwame, me koso no. Let me say all these things using Philippians 4:8, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing, and Tinameka, fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. End of quote. Kwame.
And mami ko to twi no so
Kotu.
Philippo 9 yimu wotwe afa de akire nuanom de ye no korɛ de anim ye duro de tene de ho tie de wodo de wodi mpa sɛ obrapa bi wɔ hɔ a sɛ ayeye bi wɔ hɔ a saa nneɛma yi hu na monwene de mu asua nso na moagye na moatie na moahunu wɔ me ho no ɛno na monyɛ na asomdue Nyankopɔn ne mo betena amen.
Kwame na mi asomdue nka
ho so
ye nyina yɛtimi di saa nsɛm baako 8 na Nyankopɔn ɛka kyerɛ ne soafo no ɛde yɛ dwuma Ghana koka ye ma no kwadie ɛdi nkan a masa. And it is time for the righteous to come out boldly to save this country, Kwame, it is time. Because MPP Yakoya na MPP NDC na asemna ye nwonran na amagana na ebre. Etimamufo na ebre. 21st century, people still drinking water with animals. I mean, are we happy? We reduce the issue to partisan politics. Why the real issues, the begging issues, go unattended to, and we are happy?
Now, Andy,
back to the issue.
Mabo, Mammy raised a question. As letter Kankam was, I was unable to attend as a matter of principle. I've read some essays of the book, and I'm convinced that it is a perilous time submission of this point in our party's history. It's in fact several instances a factually wrong and dangerous aberration likely to create tensions in and out. Now, when we are some kind a-timed, perilous, just a brave woman, a party no abacosim or casasam. Now, a hen or say and some kind of and you know, couldn't browse or canoni.
You're one. The man went ahead to.
I say, Assembly you were Professor Ahwoi can or attributed to a no you were done Abudapia.
So that's why he's out there to clear himself. And that is righteousness that you have read from this quotation. It is time for the righteousness to triumph over lies and evil. Kwame, the man said some attributions were made to him. One, sir, former First Lady Nana Konedu contested President Mills, that presidential primary, okayfm. Or say, I mean, the book, Professor Ahwoi book, suggests or can derogatory remarks, one kasa. You'll be the last person to say it. Number two, or say he cannot arbitrate history. He cannot arbitrate history. And that he served under President Mills as an ambassador and not Mahama. Mm-hmm. Why this wicked, evil attempt to arbitrate history and make it look as if, sir, President Mills never existed? Kwame, I have a copy of the book. I have fetched a copy of the book because, you see, as somebody who is willing to learn, and a book coming from a revered professor, it will just interest you, sir, you must read.
Now, Andy, per the working kind or excepts a working kind, a book no esiki say, a bit delinque former President Rawlings from the NDC party.
Yeah. The book is started with working with Rawlings.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there were other in some of the buyer for with Mills and blah 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 blah. What I also know is that when you are citing some article, or when you go, you turn to the bibliography, and you know what is bibliography? Meaning what dissertation that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Meaning that it's a material, a source document. I was also.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this with due respect.
And we are the pages and many of the idea university be our charter be our said to see any day.
So why do you go and cite or quote from a book that is unpublished? Unpublished material.
Unpublished manuscript and now material. No, you can't do that.
Material, so won't publish here.
Won't publish here.
So you can become a literature review and a source document for you to
search for. There be
intellectual dishonesty.
Na ebuku be na okoko tu wo mu a eno
na sembeba that is another day. Ni America efa yewura dana budakpi statement of the buy and say listen. And the message is loud and clear. Sir, any attempt by Professor Kwamena and his cohorts or team to one, arbitrate the history of this country, to demonize Rawlings and the people of Volta region will not wash. And that, if they want to know, the people of Volta still cherish President Rawlings. It's their proud son. And the people of the Volta region will not sit down for people to demonize and denigrate them. When it is time for votes, you turn to them as your traditional World Bank. Kwame, listen. The book, that is why I said it was hurriedly organized, launched. Because, do you know what I've picked up since the launch of this book? In Nkrofo Kukudam or Patinum, I say, listen, they had a privilege to go through the book the first hand and advised the Prof, say he shouldn't publish the book. Because that book was full of factual inaccuracies, lies, an attempt to demonize the people of the Volta region and for that matter, their son, former President Rawlings, whose generosity benefit here. When you talk of the Ahwoi brothers, when you talk of Kwame Pepa, you talk of Totobi Kwachi, who gave them the opportunity to serve. As far as I'm concerned, at 23, thereabouts, Totobi Kwachi was given the opportunity to serve in Rawlings' government. So, is this the man that you people must demonize and demonize his region? And Yewura Burakwi has served the notice loud and clear. So listen, those attempts will be fiercely resisted. One, with the truth and with righteousness.
Now, why say, ka munye say, when the book is available for Obia Benya Binuni Adina, then you critique the book.
Master, and the DNA.
Yeah, critical.
So no, so the book is dead on arrival because it's full of lies, factual inaccuracies.
Like I said,
no, listen, and I am telling you, sir, there is more to come. What I have picked up, there is more to come.
Okay.
Kwame, why don't you put the plain truth there? Even near Yewura Budakwi Ekaye, me other background investigations, meaning Kasa, so they advise against bringing out this book at this particular point in time. One, it is dangerous to the political fortunes of the NDC because you can't just demonize the people of the Volta and turn to them when it is time for votes. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It is dangerous. So what is the motive behind? And the motive Ghanaians will know. In the book, do you know that when they were insulting Rawlings left right center, some appointees under Mills, young appointees were insulting Rawlings, former President Rawlings left right center. No, it is stated in the book, sir. They were behind it. It was orchestrated just to tame former President Rawlings. So you paid people to insult the founder of a party, somebody who made you who you are today. Do you know what you are talking about? Kwame, who bet me did you papa them? Who papa was show school? Ayo bibia, Kwame who mame, watch him masa one year say awo na and now what radio so. And now did
he insult or captive vituperations be and now aspersions to be.
Master, so was to be so innuendos and inspirations at that time. Now, you from some young appointees under the Mills administration. And then now, Obi Kase, it was deliberate just to tame a former president. So, so you see, yes, that is it. Oh, now one a cockatoo, because me yes, sir.
Okay, Andy. Martin.
No, baby, I do a Ghana about some history, no. A Yama Kukudro and righteousness. And that is why I'm telling you this morning, sir. Listen, in the coming days, you see, oh, I am a yow. For just 5 months to go, barely. Sir, Professor Kwamena is one of the chief advisors of President Mahama, the standard bearer of the NDC. I think that at this time, what he has done to the flag bearer and the NDC is not proper. He should have been drumming home the manifestos and policy direction of
now Papa J. Ese mu ye bibia o ma. Enti ese no sane obaka se nyo
na kwame se na abede di se ye bon crofo pa se omu ni di watema. Awudi di matem na kwame
eno ye by inference na se obukurum sa.
Oh, so by inference o de me se kokoka book no nim ye wom. Mami kan tro bia book no nya ye. You know the foreword of the book was written by Miami revered Professor Jinana Opukwajiba. You know that before you write a foreword for a book, you might have read the whole script and agree with the content. Do you know that? I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. So you see, you endorse a book. A cancer, a demonize a founder. Then the next moment, you go to him for your blessings. Kwame nyame kan say na abeda di say nyama bi e course umre no na nkrofo na touch ni nti ene ya ye wo politics memu a ye wo politics mu no I say ye kan hu say time na ye spending on social media e di atem a ye ntimi ko suan de em pass ye exams no embre bi ba o ma yi ama semre nu do a o ma yi ama because atimi asi na de e betimi asi o chena Kwame, you know, I'm a full-blooded Asante.
Yes.
But born bred in Pando. And per the constitution of this country, wherever you are born bred, you can lay claim to citizenship. Any attempt to demonize the voter regime will be fiercely resisted. And listen, on this note, we have drawn the sword that any group of persons I bear attempts to say they will demonize the voter regime and the people of voter will be fiercely resisted. And this time we have drawn the sword. In some ways, Yabeka Okroimu. I declare by Yankophobia or Mupamu was setting governments. Yabeka Magana for Yanati. We wanted the sleeping dogs to lie. We want the sleeping dogs to lie. If a net, Yawra Budakwi can come out and say, I served as an ambassador under Mills. Professor Kwamena is supposed to be was supposed to be one of the key advisors to Mills. So this is why you don't know it. You want to arbitrate the memory of Mills, the man you people claim you love. And so when Andy Kankam and Kokua and the Atta Mills Institute say, listen, we'll keep the legacy of the man burning alive. Now, Professor Mukoko Apai. Kwame Unim said, event now you're organizing here. Event are organizing here. Listen, because President Musba Kofi was with us. You know, Mukoko here donation bibia. Atamisi Institute for. Yes, Atamisi. But you know, apart from the edit Informer. I'm one of the directors of.
I know.
It's a trite knowledge.
Okay.
Some people, some are kukudamu, what NDC call the gentleman that you shouldn't associate with us. If this is not wicked and treachery, what can this be? And in the coming days, I said we have drawn the sword.
Okay.
Righteousness must triumph over truth and veiled propaganda.
Medasi anopay, Andy. One cow so Andy Kankam a editor. Ede Emma Informer Democrata. Yes, the coming events cast their shadows.
OKFM 101.7.